In women's football, there aren't many bigger names than Mia Hamm. The American legend has an honour roll that few could dream of. 275 caps, 158 goals, 2 Olympic gold medals, and 1 World Cup. Football is in the blood of Mia Hamm, and the chance to visit London Colney on a fact-finding mission with her former coach Arsene Wenger was too good to miss.
I would have loved just to have competed on surfaces like this and to see, I mean, the grounds are stupendous, but to see what these athletes have at their disposal, you know, whether it be from the pitches to the training rooms to the sport and fitness facilities, you know, the GPS tracking devices, and the training table, just everything is there to make them the best that they possibly can be. And, you know, to see the game growing and moving in that direction is tremendous. And it takes a lot of the stress off in terms of, you know, why do I feel tired as a player? I remember that was always something you're like, man, I'm just dragging today. And you know, these athletes have the ability to get that feedback instantaneously. What you see is that every staff member is invested, you know, into Arsenal Football Club, and making sure that every player that walks through that door has everything they need to reach their potential. And you know, for the players that are lucky enough to be here, I mean, what a tremendous experience.
Touring the facility and watching the players train was a learning experience in itself. But the centrepiece for Mia's visit was a long lunch of football and philosophy with Arsene Wenger.
Well, what we talked about, I think it translates to both the women and the men's side. It's about people and how you train them and how you motivate them to reach their potential. So, you know, one of the things he was talking about was the vision of a player, and you know, how do you develop that? How do you see it? Like, what are some of the more important attributes he feels as a coach, as a manager? And, you know, asking him about how you manage personalities, because at this level, that's incredibly important, to make sure that you're all on the same page, committed to one common goal, and how you deal with kind of frustrations, injuries, you know, short-time failures. And, you know, sometimes you expect this grandiose description, but very simple, and sometimes that simplicity is the hardest to achieve. And it was a very special opportunity, and we are so grateful for it.
In years past, the name of Arsene Wenger might have gone unnoticed across the Atlantic, but he, his team, and indeed his sport have boomed in the US, and football knowledge has followed suit.
You know, we have a lot of Arsenal supporters in our country, and what's so great now, as opposed to even 10 years ago, is we're able to see the BPL on a daily, weekly basis. Whatever cup game's going on, whatever league game's going on, we're able to see that. So we're, you know, 10 years ago, the names of the Arsenal players, you know, you couldn't have probably named but 2 or 3. Now, on a weekly basis, you're able to see these players.
Absorbing the football feel at London Colney was not the only benefit for Hamm and Dorrance. Their broader aim is to take back the lessons learned to help stimulate the game stateside.
You had our coaches looking at the grass and talking to Sean out here about what they do, to, you know, obviously the conversations with Arsene and his philosophies, and you know, that was just brilliant. And seeing the players train and seeing the intensity and their commitment, yeah, these are experiences and stories that you can share with people, because you've seen the best of the best do it.